Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's channel is basically like dry skincare items and products that I use. As I stated in my last makeup tutorial, I was going to do a skincare tutorial for the products that I used for the winter. So I'm very excited to tell you guys what it is that I use. Some of these things are sold here in America, and there's like 2 or 3 things that are sold that I get back home from Morocco. So let's start off. I'm gonna start off basically like basically like one of those big days that I use. What is it is that I use, and then like this say and in the order that I normally use them in. So this exfoliator is from Morocco, and it is this. It's like, and I've had it for like almost like, started using this one over the summer. Yeah, over the summer. So since like around July, and it's still lasts me until now. It's not really like an exfoliator that most people think it is, but it is basically like a very, very pure organic soap, and it has the essential of rose oil and rose essentials in it that helps also hydrate and helps like exfoliate everything. And with that, I usually take that. My face is already prepped, it's already like in the shower, it's already hot, it's already moist, my pores are open. I put that in, I rub it around all my face. You can also use it for your body. I use it for my body as well to exfoliate. It's for the body and the face. It's so pure and organic that you can literally use it for the body and face. And I put it on, I let it sit on my face and on my body, but we're mainly talking about my face. But I let it sit on my face for about like 5 minutes so I can like soaks up in the skin and everything, and then eventually I'll rinse off just a little bit, and then I have this scrub as well. This right here is from Morocco as well, and usually I use it, well, it has to be wet. I always make sure it's wet first, and then I go back in and I gently start to scrub, and I start to like exfoliate my face with it. Some people think it's harsh when they first see it. They're like, oh my god, that just looks like so harsh on the skin, and I'm just like, no, actually if you use it the right way, it's actually the best like softness and harshness like for your skin. It's like you basically get the best of both worlds for your face, and it's very, very good. And so with that I use, and I literally just start scrubbing away like the dead skin, the pores, the built up, like all that stuff that like has been built up for like the day or like the week or whatever is exactly what starts to scrub it away. And literally you can literally like, when I use it, you can literally like, I literally feel my face just start to feel like basically shed a new skin layer. Like it's pretty crazy when you first like when you literally use it. That I usually do like every other day or 2 to 3 times a week. It just depends the kind of week I'm having, and like, yeah, and like basically if I wore a lot of makeup that week or not. So after that will come, this is in the morning, so after that will literally come the other exfoliator. So this is by Fresh. It's the Sugar Face Polish, and this right here, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll literally list it down below. The Sugar Face Polish, and it has like, it's really good. When I first tried it, like I basically like used the whole lot, and you get a lot, even though it was like $62. It's kind of pricey. You actually get a lot for how much you're paying, like, and it's a very good exfoliator. So to me personally, I would not recommend to use that as an exfoliator. The only exfoliator by itself. It's not a harsh exfoliator. So like, which is why I mix it, which is like, it's the best combination for me between the pure organic soap that I use from Morocco and then this exfoliator here that I use from the Fresh brand. It's like the perfect combination enough for me where I get the perfect amount of exfoliation for me that works for my skin and keeps my skin nice and clean and like the way I want it to look. So I usually take that as well in the shower or usually at the sink, and I'll like take some, I'll like warm it up around my fingers and everything, and I'll just like start to like layer it over my face, and I'll leave it on for about like 5 to 10 minutes as a mask when I'm doing other things, whether it be in the shower or at the sink, and then eventually I'll rinse that off with cold water as well. And there's like, you know, those like the sugar like thingies that you feel, and like the strawberry seeds as well. They actually feel really, really good on your skin, and I think that's a very good product. And it also like, when I'm done using it and I'll like step out the shower, like my face will just feel so soft. Like, and I've seen the difference where like I only used to use the organic soap or whatever, and my face would feel like okay, but then like when I added this exfoliator to it, like my face just like feels soft, and it literally has a tint of moisturizer to it. It's kind of crazy because when I say dry skin is hard to maintain, it's pretty hard to maintain. Like, it's hard to actually feel like you have moisturizer running through your like bloodstream in your face, literally. And so I think that's a very good exfoliator to match with another exfoliator. And so after this exfoliator and after I'm done rinsing it, usually comes my cleanser. cleansers that I use in the morning is the It Confidence in a Cleanser is this one. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll list it down below as well while I figure out how to like show you guys my items on the video. And it says that it's for all skin types, but I personally think that like, because if I'm not mistaken, I think I had either my sister or a friend and they had oily skin and they used it and they did not like it because it was just so oily for them. But for me or anybody who has dry skin, I think this is good because it's cleanser. It's a cleanser and it's mixed with hydrating serums in it while it cleanses, and it actually cleans in the morning. Like when I use it in the morning, it actually feels really good on my skin. With this cleanser comes the It Miracle toner. This is a very good toner because this is also hydrating as well. And before even this toner, so I don't like to use toner every day, so sometimes I'll literally just wash my face with the cleanser and then I'll literally just go and do my serums and my oils and my moisturizer. Sometimes it depends on the day. It just depends like what I'm feeling that day, whether or not I need a toner. And this toner actually like helped. It's also like an essence. Like I don't know, like I've also used it as an essence before, and I've also heard other people use it as an essence, and I think it's good as a toner or an essence and everything. And so it says it's a 3-in-1 tonic. It's an essence, it's a cleanser, skin softening cleanser, an anti-aging treatment essence, and skin brightening radiance booster. It most definitely, I don't know about the aging because you know I haven't really aged that much yet, but the skin boosting and the radiance most definitely like gives it, like most definitely works, because like I've seen my skin where like where I've used the toner and I went about my day and like my skin is like glistening. Like literally today, that's literally the cleanser I used today right in my shower, and that's the toner I used today. And you can just tell like how like basically like bright and even tone and everything that my skin is and everything, and that's like it's so dewy. And then I can tell as well what my skin looks like on days that I don't use it. And not that there's like such a drastic difference where I'm just like, oh my god, like with or without toner or whatever, but like I can personally tell, which is why I always say like, and it's not that big of a difference, but like I can always tell on the radiance and usually what my after finish is with or without that toner. So after those cleansers, so we've cleansed, we basically toned at this point. Next is an essence. I cannot stress to you guys, okay, so let me tell y'all, I've never used an essence before. And an essence is basically when you find the right one, it's basically like a thing where it's just like, why did I never use you, or why did nobody ever tell me to put you in my skin routine, all right? Is the Fresh Black Tea Kombucha Facial Treatment Essence. This right here, I use like literally all year throughout. When I tell you like, it changed the game. It changed the game for me, like literally. It did that because before an essence, this is exactly what my routine was. It was basically cleanser, toner, serums, oils, moisturizers, and oils. But like halfway throughout the day, my skin would feel dry. Like it wouldn't feel dry, but it would just be like, ugh, we need to be moisturized again. Like where's the moisturizer and all of that, right? Or like moisturizers again, or like put another oil on us, right? When I started putting the essence, and I like literally put it right after I'm done washing my face, right after I'm done putting toner on, I'll throw on an essence. Or right out the shower, sometimes I'll throw on an essence and everything. And it just like, you just feel so refreshed. Some people say that the like scent is annoying, but I don't think the scent is annoying. Yeah, I don't think the scent is annoying at all. I think the scent is like literally refreshing. I don't know what it is that people don't like about the scent or whatever, but like it literally just like hydrates. And it also, you know what I also realized that it did? It tightened my pores. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it's like I feel like when I started using it, like my pores started to disappear. Like I literally don't have pores. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't have pores, but like everybody has pores, but mine are just not noticeable like at all. Like literally not noticeable at all. And I think that's pretty crazy. Like I just feel like my face got like really firm and tighter when I started using this. And it's also true because, and I think it's also because of the fact that it has black tea. Anything that has like black tea in it is actually very good. Like basically anything that has like I would say some sort of caffeine in it, or collagen or something like that, is always eventually going to firm you up, because that's what it does, like, to you, like, physically on your body, when you put it on your body or throw it on your face and everything. That's exactly what it did. I kind of feel like, I don't know, I mean, I'm not saying like I aged, like I'm old, but like my face was sagging, but like there was just something that, like, my face basically just looked like much firmer when I started using it. It's literally been like 2 months, and literally I've only used this much of it, because literally I just like place them on my hand. I'll obviously warm up in my hands, and I'll just like throw it on my face, and I'll just like slap it on there. And I also like it, why? Because it basically helps prepare for my serums, and I'm going to tell you exactly what the serums do with it, and how I see the serums interact with the essence and without the essence next. So that's the black tea essence, and it helps with hydration as well. Literally everything I have helps with hydration. So after an essence will usually come my serums. My first serum is this Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum from First Aid Beauty. I put it on without the essence and everything, and basically I would put it on and I would leave it on for 2 to 3 minutes, right? And like it would feel like hydrating, but at the same time, like the hydration would just leave automatically like that after like a little bit, like after literally like the 3rd minute or so. Like I just would go back and my skin would just feel like literally dry. If anything, it would like kind of dry out my skin than it already was. Like it would like literally just like literally feel nothing. Then my face would be feel tight because it would be dry, and so like everything would be tight. But then with the serum, I mean with the essence, it's like it was just like layer of hydration that like my face needed with the essence. And it was crazy, right? Because I put it on, and then when I literally let it sink in, and I let it sink in for 3 minutes, and I even waited an extra 2 minutes the first time I ever did it to see how it would interact, and it just like was hydrated. Like my skin was just hydrated. I'm talking about, it was like nice and hydrated and everything, and it was even sticky. Now here's the thing about stickiness. Glycerin, glycol, like all those hyaluronic acids, those hydrating acids, and like serums and everything is what makes your face sticky. Like all those like hydrating things and everything. Some people don't like that stickiness, but if you're dry, you want stickiness after your serum. And let me tell you why. Because that stickiness is literally what's going to make sure that your moisturizer holds on to your skin. People are like, I don't like when my face is sticky, like that just feels so weird, and this is that and the third. And I'm just like, no, if you're dry, if you're oily, I can understand why you wouldn't like stickiness. But in the same time, you kind of do want a little bit of stickiness. But if you're dry, you want stickiness right before your moisturizer. You don't want stickiness after your moisturizer, because then it's just like your face is going to like absorb things that it shouldn't be absorbing. But before your moisturizer, when you're in your serums, you want that stickiness. Like you want your fingers to feel like sticking to your skin, because that right there, when you lay on your moisturizer, that right there is going to like literally grasp your moisturizer and just like inhale it, and that's exactly what's going to give like that dewy, like satin, hydrated look and everything. So that's what this serum basically does, like mixed with the essence. Without the essence, I did not like it. If you have ever tried this serum by First Aid Beauty without an essence and by itself and it worked for you, it worked for you. But for me, it didn't until I mixed it with the essence. So next up is going to be my moisturizer. So my moisturizer is the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro Whipped Cream. It's this one. Can y'all see that? I'll put it in the comments down below as well. I didn't know about Drunk Elephant until until I got my facial this past summer or whatever. I'm not that I didn't know about it. I've heard of it, and I heard how expensive it was, and it was pretty pricey. And I've heard mixed reviews that some people will say it's a hit or miss. But then like when I was in there getting my facial and everything, like I used to use this moisturizer from the drugstore, and it was Neutrogena, that hydrogen gel moisturizer. And I used to have to reapply my moisturizer throughout the day, like halfway through the day and everything. But with this one, it's like, it's like a cream and it's whipped. But with this one, I literally moisturize in the morning, and I don't have to moisturize again until I wash my face at night. And I think that is the most insane thing ever. It says it has 6 rare African oils mixed with the whipped cream and everything. And I'm just like, it actually does what it's supposed to do. And this too is pretty pricey, but this one, I think I'm actually getting every penny that I put in, I'm getting the penny out of it worth on my skin. And it's also just like, even though it's like it's whipped. Most people think it's gonna be thick, but it's not. It's whipped and it's light, and I love it. I think it's great. And I think that if you're dry, you should go into Sephora and get like a sample of it, and get a sample of it and try it out for a week, or try it out for a week or so, or something like that, or a couple of days, and see how your skin interacts with it. And if it interacts good, you should invest in it. And if it doesn't, then I guess you got more research to do for a moisturizer. There's gonna be a moisturizer out there for you. And so we moisturize the skin. After my moisturizer is an oil. And the oil that I use is from Fresh, and it is the Sea Berry Moisturizing Face Oil. Looks like this. It's like, but so this oil I didn't get when I first started the facial. This oil I got because my older sister was using it. I think she got a facial. She got a facial at Sephora one day, and they were using like the oil cleanser on her and some kind of oil on her, and like one of them recommended that oil. And I don't use a lot of it, literally 3 drops on my palm, or my fingers, and I mix them up, and I just go around and I pat on my face. And some people are scared to use oils on their face, and I'm like, don't be scared. The right oil will get you right. Like literally, the right oil will have you nice and right, and everything put together, looking good and everything. And so it just gives you that extra hydration that whether like you need it or not. Like during the summer, I don't think I'll be using this at all, because during the summer, like the weather is completely different. And the oil, like some oils, you know how some oils like will literally just sit on top of your skin. This sea berry oil actually like sinks into your skin, and it also gives you a radiance. Like it also gives you, I think it gives you a really good radiance look. And it has like omegas 3, 6, 7, and 9. Sea buckthorn oil. Basically has a lot of good things. And you always want to make sure that your oils come in after your moisturizers. I see a lot of people put like oils right after they tone, and I'm just like, I've never seen that. But whatever works for you, works for you. But what I've always been told is always put your oils on the last step. And so we put on this oil. I put on this oil, and then I would literally jade roll my face one more time for about a good like 3 minutes. And then I'll go in with this grape water by Caudalie, this thing right here. This is pretty affordable. This is $18, and it is very good. Some people don't like the scents either, like the white grape water scent or whatever, but I'm just like, grape water scent is actually very refreshing to me, and I keep it in my fridge, and so when it hits me while it's cold, it feels so good. It just feels so good. And sometimes, like, even throughout the day, even though I won't need it, I will not need it. Sometimes throughout the day, I'll like literally be in my room after class, or like before I go to work, or like after work, and I'll just come back in, I'll just like literally spray my face, and I'll just like refreshen up. I don't use it as a setting spray, obviously. I think it's more of a skin spray. So like if you're just silling at home, you're just sillying it up at home. If you're just sitting at home one day and you just need to refresh your skin, and you're just like no makeup, no nothing, only got gloss on or like brows on, you can literally just spray this and you'll just feel so good. And I also think that like it's like a stress reliever in some kind of way. I don't know why, but like sometimes when I'd be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning still doing homework or like studying or pulling an all-nighter, I'd literally reach in my fridge and I'll just like spray my face down, and it would just like, and I'd like literally just, it would just, I don't even know, it would just like, it would just feel so like relieving and stress relieving. I'd be like, I like that feeling. I really like that feeling. And it's just like, it's a really big bottle. You get 6.7 fluid ounces for $18. Not a lot of skin mists do that for $18, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. And everyone in my family like literally uses this. My older sister, my little sister, my mom, me, all the ladies, we all use it. We like it. So, then I have one more cleanser I want to talk about, and that's usually the cleanser that I use to wipe off my makeup at the end of the day. So this is my nighttime cleanser. I don't tone during the nighttime. I don't do that. But I do switch some things up. So I use the Fresh Sea Berry Cleansing Oil. This thing right here. I don't use it that often because I don't wear makeup every day, but I still cleanse with it whenever I like whenever I need like that extra cleanser or what, that extra cleansing oil and everything. So a lot of people don't know how to use oil cleansers, so we're about to talk about how we can use oil cleansers. Oil cleansers, you have to start off with dry palms and dry palms, dry hands, whatever, and a dry face. A lot of people are always like, this oil cleanser doesn't work. And I'm like, well, how'd you use it? And they're like, well, I wet my hands first and then I like try to like rub it in, like literally like, you know, like foam it up, and then I put it on my face. And I was like, well, there was your first mistake, because oil cleansers don't foam up because they're oils. And you're not really supposed to put it on a wet hand. You're literally supposed to have dry hand, dry skin. You rub it around your, like literally just rub it a little bit, and you literally just go in and you start to massage, and then you literally just see your makeup erasing. Like it's like a makeup eraser. It's pretty crazy if you ask me, and everything. And so like literally, like sometimes when I literally just have contour and blush, and when I literally just have contour and blush on, and that like bit of concealer that I have in the bottom, as I did in my previous video, it literally will all just start to come off and everything. And it just works like amazingly. That's all I'll use for the night. And literally when I wash my face, I literally once again, I'll like wash my face with cold water. When I'm done washing my face, it literally just feels so like hydrating. Like there are times where I just think that like I can go to bed without having to need to hydrate my face, but then I'm just like, no, because then I'm gonna wake up probably in the morning extra dry, because you know, during the nighttime your face absorbs like the heat and or the air conditioning that's running, which could dry you out and everything. So I use that, and basically I'll go in with the same serum, the First Aid. I'll go in with the Essence again. I'll go in with the First Aid Beauty Serum, but I won't go in with Drunk Elephant. Instead, I will go in with Nivea cream. This cream, which is a lot more thicker to use, and it has a bit more, and it's a bit more oilier to use as well. So, which is why I leave it at night, because it gives me that basically hydration and like extra moisturizer that seals it for me throughout the night. Some people use it throughout the day as well. I've used it throughout the day where it's like, I know it's gonna be a cold, dry, cold air kind of day, and so I'll like use it sometimes throughout the day. I'll mix it in with my Drunk Elephant moisturizer, but this one is mainly for me during the night. Sometimes during the summer, I won't like, I'll put my serums on and then I'll literally just use that without any oil or anything mixed into it. Anything. Sometimes during the night as well, depending where I'm sleeping and who's like house. If I go to like a friend's house or something like that, I'll sometimes mix in the Sea Berry Fresh oil with this, just because like they like sleep differently. They probably sleep with the AC on, or they probably sleep with this on, just to like wake up in the morning just like still looking a little dewy or whatever. But most of the time during the nighttime, I literally just use Nivea cream. It literally hydrates, and I kind of look a bit of like an oily little mess. Not that bad that I'm just like, ugh. Just like oily enough for me that I'm like happy with it. And I'll like literally go to bed and I'll wake up the next morning still moisturized. So that is basically all my cleansers, all my moisturizers and everything. Next up, I will go in, I'll show you my makeup wipes. I use these Neutrogena makeup removal cleansing towelettes, these things right here. I think these are amazing. And I also use the Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover, because I feel like eye makeup remover is completely different than like regular makeup remover. I feel like with the eyes, because you know we put glitter, or like we're having a cut crease, or we have mascara, we have waterproof mascara on, we have so many shadows on, we have this on, we have that on. I feel like it needs its own like removal, and so Neutrogena has that, this eye oil-free makeup remover, and I like literally put that in one of the like towels that I'll use from here, and then I'll just literally just like rub my eye area, and then like it'll literally all come off. I'm very like that, I have never switched up, and people are always like, you should try this like makeup remover, or like you should try these towels, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. So usually like at the end of the day, if I had makeup on, or even sometimes when I don't have makeup on, I'll still go in with these and just want to like clean my face up with these, and I'll literally use these, and then after I'm done using this and wiping down everything, then I'll usually go in with the cleansing oil. I'll make sure my face is dry first. Literally, I'll rinse my face after I've done using that. Then I'll pat towel dry it and everything. And then I'll go in with this cleansing oil. And that's usually like what completes, and where like it takes all the extra makeup that probably didn't hit, like the contour or like the concealer that I wear and everything. And so that's usually what I use to wipe off my makeup. And I think like some like makeup removers, I've heard that like they like strip you of all hydrating hydratingness and everything, and I'm just like, these do not strip me of like anything. Like these literally, I feel like it doesn't even strip me of my moisturizer. It just literally, it just does its job, which is strips me of my makeup. Like it does not take off my moisturizer or anything. Because people are like, I've used like makeup towelettes or like makeup removers, and I just feel like my face is so squeaky clean. I'm like, if your face is so squeaky clean, that's not really good for you, because you're not really supposed to have squeaky clean like skin. Your skin kind of needs a little bit of dirt in it so we can balance and everything. And so this is what I use, my makeup remover. And then I have like 2 masks that I use. One of them is, this is literally a daily thing for me when I'm after I'm done toning and everything. This is literally a daily thing. I kid you not, I probably have bought all of these from Target or Walmart. Every single time they restock, I literally am the first one to be there, and I just buy them all out because they're literally like $2, and it's the Neutrogena Hydrating Booster Hydrogel Mask, and it's literally just like a sheet, and I keep them in my fridge, and they feel so good. Like I'll literally do this, I'll either do this in the morning or at night after I'm done. Either at morning after I'm done toning, or at night after I'm done cleansing and everything. And they just feel amazing. Like, just imagine a cold sheet full of like serums and like hydrating stuff, and put it on your skin. And you just sit there for like 30 minutes, and I'll just sit there 30 minutes watching Netflix and everything. And like, it's like I just feel my skin enjoying and being pampered. And it even smells like a spa. It smells so good. It smells like a spa, and it smells so refreshing. And like after like I'm done like putting on that gel, I will not rinse putting on that mask. I won't rinse my face or anything. I'll literally just go back in, and I'll continue to rub the product in. Like I'll even take some of the like the serums that are in the little baggie, and I'll like literally rub them into my skin and make sure my skin is entirely like nourished and everything. Nourished and everything. And it just feels so good, and it actually adds that extra hydration like to it, like before you go to bed or like in the morning. It also helps like wake you up in the morning. Like I'm not like, it also helps you wake, like your skin just looks more awake and alive. Like you can just tell. Like have you ever had those products where you can just tell what it does to you? Like you see the difference automatically, like when you use it, and like when you don't use it, you can also tell what it does. And that's kind of one of those masks. And so the last mask I have, and the last thing I have to talk about, is this Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Sleep-In Mask, which is this thing right here. This right here is like a 2-product thing. It's like a gel, and then it's like a moisturizer kind of. Wow, let me take off the cap. Alright, the cap doesn't come off. But it's basically like a 2-step thing where like you basically put on these, start with the first step obviously, and then put on the second step, and you just basically leave it on overnight, and you go to sleep with it. And I'll do this like once every other week, or sometimes once a week, just depending on like how much hydration I really need, because these Neutrogena Hydrating Boost Masks already basically do it all for me. So like if I want that extra hydration before I go to sleep and I want to wake up the next morning, let's just say I usually do it like most of the times. I literally, where I really emphasize on it is if like the next day I have like somewhere to go. Like let's just say, I don't know, it's my friend's like birthday, or it's someone's birthday, or we're going out and we're getting lit or something, or it's like a special occasion. I'm like, all right, my skin needs this extra hydration because I'm about to be out, and I'm about to be around people, and I'm about to be around society. I'm not hibernating anymore, so I gotta come out and I gotta look, my skin gotta look good. Needs that extra hydration, because you know people just want to be all up in your face. They feel the need to touch your face for some reason. You can't be having that fingerprints on your face, taking away your hydration and all that. So I'll just use that literally for that extra, basically extra hydration. It's actually very, very good. I actually very like it, and it's actually really, really hydrating. Like even like when like in the morning when I rinse my face, sometimes when I use this, I won't follow with the toner. This is like sometimes when I won't follow the toner. I literally just rinse my face and I'll cleanse it, and I'll go straight into my serums and straight into my moisturizer and my oils and everything. But yeah, so all of these products are all good for me, and I'm very dry skin. I'm not combination. I'm very dry. Like I'm dried everywhere, and they've all worked for me. It was a long trip, so it did not happen overnight where I figured out what serums and what oils and what cleansers worked for me. It was like a journey of trying this and trying that and trying this and trying that. And I believe if you really want something, you're gonna try a couple before you find the right one. It's very rare when you try the first one and it actually just like works for you and everything. It doesn't really happen that often, but sometimes it does. And so I hope you guys took something from me today, and maybe, I don't know, maybe you can add some of these like products into your skin routine if you need it. If you don't need it, don't go buy it if you don't need it. But what I do say, you can buy these Neutrogena masks because they really, really help give you that extra boost of hydration, and they just feel so good on your skin, literally. But other than that, like, this is like what I had to, these are the products that I had to share for the winter. I'll probably do another one, like update it like throughout the year, like probably like around like springish, summerish time, like maybe like in the middle of summer. Maybe I'll show you eventually what I'll start to eliminate from my skincare routine as the weather gets warmer and the air changes and everything. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys' time, and I hope I see you guys in my next video. Mwah.